Hey guys, this is Frozen 2 and Stranger Things Fanboy 2004 here, and welcome back to another movie review on my channel. And today I am doing a movie review on a certain Disney animated movie that celebrated its 10th anniversary. And this is the third Disney Walt Disney Animation Studios movie I'm reviewing my channel. First one being Frozen 2, duh, and second one being Encanto, and this is my third one, and that is Wreck-It Ralph. So, Wreck-It Ralph is directed by Rich Moore and stars John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jack McBrayer, Jane Lynch, and Alan Tudyk, Ed O'Neill, and Minnie Kaling, and some other, and Raymond S. Percy as well. And basically, the plot for Wreck-It Ralph is about this this bad guy in this arcade the game, Fixing Felix, who I mean, Wreck-It Ralph, basically he destroys the building. Basically, Ralph doesn't want to be a bad guy, even if that's technically his role. So he wants to break the rules, so to become a good guy. He escapes the arcade to he escapes his own game in order to like look for a medal and be recognized because it's because of how mean that what's that name again, the Gene was. It's because of how much of an a-hole Gene was. So Ralph goes to Heroes Duty to get a medal, but then like he but then a coincidence, a freak accident sends him to Sugar Rush, where he meets Vanellope, and Ralph and Vanellope become friends, and yeah and Ralph must find his medal that he lost in the game, and that's it. I know Wreck-It Ralph is actually a fan favorite Disney movie. I mean, I know people say, oh, but it's so underrated. No one talks about it. No one gives it the appreciation this year. Actually, to me, I think it's more I think for those people who love it, I think it's more accurately rated. I think it does have enough love. I think, yeah. Some people even say, go as far as saying, it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest Disney movie ever made. Some people even say it's their favorite Disney movie of all time, and not gonna lie, I loved this movie back then. Like, I rewatched this movie back like at the time, like in 2012 or 2013. I stopped watching it in 2014. I mean, sure, there were some scenes that I couldn't really handle, like the scene when Ralph and Vanellope have a fight and Ralph breaks Vanellope's cart. Yeah, that scene really unsettled me as a kid, and even with those unsettling moments, I still really love Wreck-It Ralph at that time. And but honestly, like the more I thought about it, the more like I kind of like had a change of perspective of Wreck-It Ralph. Of course, I decided to rewatch it 10 years later, and what do I think of it now? Well, sorry to say, but I now think this movie sucks. It's terrible. It's overrated. I'm sorry, this movie didn't age well. It's such a bad movie. Just kidding. I got you, don't you think? Yeah, actually, but to be honest, I actually did decline my thoughts. My thoughts on Wreck-It Ralph actually declined. Yeah, I don't think it's the holy grail of Disney like what everyone thinks it is. I don't think it's a masterpiece anymore. I will say, cause to be honest, I did find a few issues with Wreck-It Ralph. And it's not a perfect movie. So let's probably get to some of my criticisms with Wreck-It Ralph first. Like, I want to get that out of the way first before getting to what I like about this movie, because sure, this movie is still great, but just not as amazing as I originally thought it was. So yeah, let's get to some of my criticisms with the movie. I don't like the humor, honestly. I don't think it's funny. I mean, there wasn't I don't like the humor. I mean, it's just basically your typical kids modern kids humor, which is something I don't expect from Disney. I mean, Disney makes some clever humor, like like Olaf retelling the story of Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. That was clever humor. And also the is but actually my favorite joke that my favorite humor that Disney's ever done, was in Zootopia, where Nick Wall tells Flash that Reham Camel is pregnant joke. What do you call this Reham Camel? Pregnant. Yeah, that was a brilliant joke. Probably the best joke that Disney has ever thought of. Period. It was hilarious. It was dirty, and it was my kind of humor too. This humor, on the other hand, I mean, really the best, really hero's duty, like you know when Rob tells Vanellope that he went to hero's duty, and then Vanellope's like, oh, you mean hero's duty, and then he's like and then, yeah, okay, it's funny, we get, and then Vanellope and that scene just kept getting, it kept going on and on and on, but Vanellope just, and then like, why did the hero and then she made a joke about, I forgot the joke, but it's like, oh, flush down the toilet and here's duty. I'm like, oh my god, that's not kind of joke that I expect from Disney. I mean, wow, that is a bad joke. That is like an Illumination level bad joke. Seriously, that's the here's duty joke is probably the worst scene in the film for me. I can't stand that. Speaking of which, honestly, I can't stand Penelope in this movie. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, sure. I think her glitch arc is kind of interesting, but honestly, yeah, she just comes out as an annoying little brat. Yeah, I mean, like literally when we first meet her, she just like kept annoying Ralph, and yeah, and she literally, like, Ralph was probably the reason why Vanellope got in her way to race, despite her being a glitch, and yeah, she's just. I mean, maybe later on maybe she becomes likable later on, but yeah, I don't know, like, and then that's when she's annoying. I just can't stand her. Not a fan of Ralph and Vanellope's friendship. I guess it's not. I mean, of course I mean, I've seen worse from them, especially from its garbage Chico, which yeah, I will definitely rant on Ralph breaks the internet. Yeah, not really big into I'm not crazy about Ralph and Vanellope's friendship. I mean, of course, they break up because Ralph versus the King Candy, and then and then when Ralph built the Vanellope's card back, well, which is technically Felix who fixed it. Vanellope literally they became friends again when even Ralph admitted to Vanellope he sucks, and then they're like too quick. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of I don't know that that's I don't know that thing just doesn't really okay, maybe I take that back. Maybe then it's not bad. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's all. And oh yeah, but another flaw with me is okay, maybe Ralph and Vanellope's friendship isn't one of my criticism thing about it. Maybe I take that back. I think it's okay. I mean, of course, I'm not crazy about their relationship. I don't think that they give like one of the best chemistry, but it's okay. Better than how they were represented. But yeah, I hate Gene. I hate him so much. I mean, he's pretty much the reason why Ralph got run out of why Ralph ran out of the Fix the game to come to go to get a medal. Yeah, because of how much of an a-hole Gene was. Yeah, he was so unlikable, and this probably the worst character. I'm sorry, I can't stand Gene. Like, I mean, Ralph actually I mean, Ralph was never angry like over it. He was like, okay, well, I don't like it, but I'll deal with it. But then Gene's like, oh, you're a loser, Ralph. You're a bad guy. Sorry, you're a loser. Blah blah blah. That's pretty much how the story went. I guess Gene being, I hateable, yeah, and and pretty much my last flaw I want to mention is the Felix X Calhoun romance is kind of cringy. I don't like their romance. It's kind of forced. I mean, I like them as individual characters, but when they're together, I mean, I don't feel their chemistry. I mean, they're only there for coincidence, and then like they just became love interest because only because the Laughing Vines shipped them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'm taking a little too much time on my flaws. I mean, yes, I may sound too critical about it, but those are just my minor flaws. Again, maybe I take it back saying I don't think Ralph and Vanellope's friendship is a criticism anymore. I think it's pretty good. But just not I'm not crazy about it. So yeah. Now let's get into what I love about Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, this movie is really entertaining. I mean, maybe besides a few boring scenes in Sugar Rush, I think this movie is really entertaining for the most part. I mean, it's just a lot of fun from start to finish. A few road bumps with bored scenes, but I don't know. I just really like the It's just fun. I mean, and it's got some great action scenes, especially with the inclusion of the cyborgs. I think yeah, it's a really fun action. Is And I love that Ralph versus King Candy scene. The final battle, like that was probably my favorite scene in the film. Where that's easily the best part of the movie. The climax. Yeah, I mean one of the most epic Disney climaxes. I mean, I love how the stakes are raised a lot higher, and yeah, the stakes are raised higher. And King Candy. Yeah, I mean King Candy was such a mess. I'll talk about it shortly, but yeah. I see when Ruff was about to break the volcano, and then King Candy like grabbed him and threw him and then threw him from the air. And then yeah, Ralph. When Ralph was about to dive into the volcano and said, "I'm bad. That's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one that rather be than me." Yeah, and then he literally sacrifices himself. He's about to sacrifice himself to break the volcano, and then Vanellope saves him. That's pretty much that's pretty much the best moment in the entire film for me. I will never forget that moment. Yeah, just amazing. And King Candy is honestly the standout for me. I love King Candy. Probably in my top. Probably he's probably now in my top 10 favorite Disney films of all time. I'm going that far. And while there are better Disney villains out there like King Runard, Bellwether, Namari, I think King Kane is probably in my top five. Disney Revival age villains. If I were to give you my top five Disney Revival villains, I say King Runard best, Bellwether number three, Namari number four, Callahan, and King Candy is at number five. I mean, King Candy, man. Where do I even start with this? I mean, his motivation is just brilliant. I mean, basically Turbo. I mean, he's basically turbodastic. I mean, I did not. I don't think. I mean, I did not see this coming. But I mean, they found a way to make King Candy the King Candy twist very unpredictable, and yet they use they have some brilliant use of foreshadowing, like how do I say this like when King Candy went inside the memory thingies, the storage, and then we see Vanellope's liar's walk. And then you see Vanellope's data separated from the rest of the data. You know, you can probably tell that King Candy it's up to no good, but then I bet on the first watch I would be like, wait, what is this? I'm so confused. Like what? Well, actually knowing King Candy is up to no good. I mean, yes, I knew King Candy was the villain of the movie in that scene, but you didn't know that he's Turbo. Another foreshadowing of King Candy being the villain was when the flashback scene with Turbotastic with Turbo's backstory, which by the way, I love that backstory. Seeing Turbo literally hijack a game, causing both games to be pulled out of the arcade. Yeah, that was brilliant. And plus but I was saying you can hear the voice. His voice sounds exactly like King Candy, which actually does make it suspicious that King Candy might be Turbotastic, but based on the voice. And the last foreshadow was when Ralph saw Vanellope in King Candy's cart, and then Sarbel tells Ralph King Candy's a bad guy. King Candy. I mean, people say he's like a over the top and annoying, but honestly, I was never annoyed by him. I think I think they wrote him so clever that I think he's easily that's probably why King Candy is, in my opinion, the best character in the movie. What else can I say? Yeah, and King Candy is way better than Hans. Oh, screw you, Hans. One of the worst characters of 2013. I like Ralph's character arc. Yeah, everyone I know. Ralph isn't really a bad guy on the inside. He just had the role of a bad guy. That's like saying if an actor played a villain in a movie and a TV show, and then but then everyone thinks that he's actually a bad guy on the inside. Let's take a look at someone, for example, let's say Josh Brolin as Thanos, or how about Elizabeth Olsen? I'll use her as an example. in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, Elizabeth Olsen like was Wanda and Wanda was the villain. That's kind. I mean, I was that's like saying if Elizabeth Olsen was a bad person because she played a bad like a bad guy, or in Multiverse of Madness she played a bad person who killed people. That's basically what Ralph felt like. What Ralph that's what I imagined from Ralph's character arc. And I really like his journey. He's probably my second favorite character in the movie, behind second only to King Candy. And and of course, well, the animation, I can't forget the animation. It's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. The animation is just gorgeous in every single level possible. It's just beautiful to look at. Especially the Sugar Rush world. Man, it just makes me hungry for candy. I love sweets. As someone who loves sweets, I eat dessert all the time. Not maybe not as much as I used to. But yeah, I love that the Sugar Rush. It makes me hungry. Yes. And this movie has a killer soundtrack, man. The score, like, the score, like, dun 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 dun. I mean, it really has that video game feel to it. Also, like, this is one of those rare movies where, like, I actually stay for the credits to listen to the song. Like, there are a lot of times where, like, I don't really care about the song, the intro, so the end credit song, so I just like skip. But this movie, I literally stayed for the intro to listen to that awesome. But when can I see you again? Yeah, that is an amazing song. That's my second favorite song of 2012. Second only behind Skyfall by Adele. So yeah. So overall, while Wreck-It Ralph isn't one of my favorite Disney movies, and it's got its flaws. Hmm, um, it's got its flaws and stuff, like it's got a bunch of issues, but this is a very entertaining action packed Disney movie that again, it's not something that where I don't think it's I don't think it's peak Disney like what others make it out to be, but I really enjoy this movie. It's still great, and yeah, I think it's one of the weaker Disney revival age movies though. And honestly, I'm gonna say right now, I think Brave is a better movie than this. I think Brave deserved to win Best Animated Feature. I don't care what anyone says. Brave deserved it. I mean, y'all, please stop taking, like, come on, guys, stop. It's been 10 years now. Please get over Brave winning over this movie. I think Brave was more Oscar worthy than this. And but my favorite anime film of 2012 is Rise of the Guardians easily. Which I'll definitely review Rise of the Guardians. Later this month for its 10th anniversary later this month. I think Rise of the Guardians is easily the better November 2012 anime movie than this, in my personal opinion. Yeah, and by honestly, I gotta be honest. 2012 is probably a pretty overrated year for anime movies because people say like, oh, 2012 is the greatest year for animation. Period. Like, or at least the best anime, the year for animation in the 2010s decade. No, it's not. It's not close, honestly. Because honestly, while there are a lot of great movies, like great or decent movies, the only anime movie that year I give a straight 10 out of 10 to is Rise of the Guardians. And yeah, my favorite anime movie, my favorite year for animation of this decade is 2014. Because 2014 you had Big Hero 6, the Lego Movie, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and the underrated masterpiece that is Book of Life, which I just reviewed recently. Which probably my previous review before this, and yeah, my and I would say 2019 is also kind of my favorite year. I mean, the year had my favorite movie of all time, Frozen 2. It also had How to Change Your Hit World, The Claws, Abominable. Yeah, I guess 2014 and 2019 are both tied as my favorite year for animation. I would say. But I think 2019 had like Arctic Dogs and Playmobil. And 2014 had a nut job, so I think they're both tied. I can't decide which one's better overall. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Wreck-It Ralph a high 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's all for my review of Wreck-It Ralph. What's your opinion on this movie? Are you one of those people who thinks that Wreck-It Ralph is is Wreck-It Ralph one of your favorite Disney movies of all time, or do you agree with me that Wreck-It Ralph is a slightly overrated, and not one of Disney's best movies? Even if it's still good, or do you side with Harry Thomas, say that Wreck-It Ralph is overrated and bad? Please comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and not sure what the next movie review is. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm actually planning to make a new chair style soon, so look forward to that one. And yeah, bye guys.